Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the most dangerous weapon in the world, because by education, you can change the world." From that quote, we have an insight about how important education is. Education is the primary thing in the life, so in order to achieve education, studying is only bridge that we have to pass, and it makes studying become so important in living this life. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Assalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. As a matter of first importance, I'd like to thank to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the giver of life. We have to be grateful for every single second of this beautiful life. Salawat and salam for our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who is guided us through Islam since the beginning of his life until today, the time we live now. Ladies and gentlemen, studying is one of the most fundamental thing in our life. As Allah says in Holy Quran, Surah Al-Ankabut, verse 43, A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim, wa tilkal amthalu nadribuha linnas wa ma yaqiluha illa al-alimun. The meaning is, and these examples were present to the people, but none will understand them except those of knowledge. From this verse, it is clear that Allah clear order for human to study. Even it is that important to make the topic about studying is repeated a couple of times in Holy Quran. At this moment, I want to deliver my speech entitled The Importance of Studying. Ladies and gentlemen, according to Susan Ambrose, a vice professor for teaching and learning of National Academy of Engineering in Washington, D.C., studying is a process that leads to change, which occurs as a result an increased potential for improved performance and future learning. It means that people are considered to have studied something if they can so change in their behavior. At school, we can interpret the stimulus as what the teacher gives to the students and responses as a student reaction to what's given by the teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, at this moment, I will enlighten you with three main reasons the importance of studying. The first one is, by studying, we know which one is right and which one is wrong. When we were kids, we did not know what's right to do and was not. We did not know what's bad for us, even dangerous for our life. It is because we had no knowledge about it at all. For example, toddlers don't know a knife is sharp and can make they hurt themselves or other. Our parents teach what is right to do and what is not. Slowly, we gain knowledge about this life, and we start to study by ourselves. Determining what is right and what is wrong are the biggest purpose of studying. And another example, in a bigger scope, in 2021, the top 3 countries with the highest criminal rate, which are Venezuela, Papua New Guinea, and South Africa, also caused the country with the worst education system. This shows that education does form the character of human being. When we gain knowledge, we can clearly see which one is right and which one is wrong. The second one is, studying is a major influence in shaping good quality of human resources. Through studying, a generation with noble character can be created to actualize themselves to be spearhead of the progress of civilization. As written in Pembukaan Undang-Undang Dasar 1945, the aim of national education is to educate the life of this nation, which is ultimately supporting the welfare of the people. The education is that important that make our ancestors who write the national constitutional basis felt it has to write clearly. One of the proof that we can see today in Indonesia, the obligates government studying for 9 years. By this policy, primary and secondary school are free of charge, which to ease and attract them to study at school. So, by studying a good human quality can be achieved. The last one is, when we are already able to differ what is right and what is wrong, and also we are ready to achieve good human quality resource, the last reason can be fulfilled, which to create an open-minded generation who can adapt and tolerate to others. Education can influence people from how they think and respond to the difference that exists in the life. By education, people can understand and adapt to individual to individual and right, so they can see the deep truth about living this life together with the full of knowledge. For example, in Indonesia, this problem might appear because of the lack of the knowledge of religious practice in the society. As cited in m.kbr.id, in Indonesia, there were 422 cases related to problem in the religious intolerance occurred in 2020. 184 of them were committed by religious community organization. Some of the cases were hate speech, violent action, rejection to worship-less establishment, and restriction to worship. From this data, it can be said that having knowledge, in this case, religious knowledge, is the most important knowledge that we need to have. But it doesn't mean another knowledge is not important either. In conclusion, studying is one of the most essential things in our life. In one of his hadiths, Rasulullah said, and Abu Hurairah radhiyallahu anhu qala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, man salaka tariqan yaltamisu fihi ilman sahhalallahu lahu tariqan ilal jannah. The meaning is, whoever take a path upon which to obtain knowledge, Allah makes the path to paradise easy for him. The purpose of studying is, of course, to have knowledge. Therefore, by having knowledge, we may fulfill the purpose of living itself, and pass the path to go to heaven. One of my favorite quote from Imam Shafi'i that always motivates me to keep studying is, if you can stand the fatigue of study, you will feel the poignant of stupidity. This is the end of my speech. Thank you for all the time. Thank you for the listening patiently to my speech. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.